surplus. Mr. Lomάκis, what is your comment? And I also wanted to hear from you with regards to what we are going to see. We heard a lot about big investments. What are the benefits and the value from the contribution of small producers?
Thank you for the invitation to the Energy Press Conference. I believe that this is a very useful discussion for our industry, and I hope that next year are going to be even freer than today. And let me start with a phrase that is going to be giving the focus of what we have heard already. We don't want to let RES to bear the cost of natural gas. If there are any super profits, the ones who get it are the ones who export gas and not the importers like Greece. The second thing is that I do agree with Mrs. Kalfos's presentation, but I'm afraid that tomorrow somebody is going to misinterpret what we have said, and either on purpose or accidentally, the windfall profits concept means that there is no windfall profit at all. The RES are regulated. Regulation is better than competition nowadays in modern markets. The windfall profit is taken by the LAP that gives it to the producers. No, as the PEP president said, if there is any surplus, the state provides this amount to support the consumers. Already there is a discussion to see how much is going to be the decrease of the pollutants. Now it has reached 60. The ministry discusses the amount of 50. We want to support the PEP because we believe that they will include in their projections of 2022 and show us whether there are any margins, so that the difference in the price, which is named windfall profit, meaning whether RES sell at a lower price than the cost, than the value of the energy in the market. So if this difference, if it is not required by LAP, it could be given towards directions of the consumers that need some support, financial support, due to the increased prices in electricity. Now, as regards your question regarding investments, big or small or whatever, we need all kinds of investments. What we say is that small and medium add to the GDP of the country, and it is not very easy for them to be bought out by foreign funds. But this is a dowry for the future of the country. As regards large investments, I believe that the government has taken a very nice initiative. We, in our Article 41, we supported that the RAA, the RAI tenders be protected, the regulatory authority tenders. If we see too low prices, much lower than the cost that could be documented due to the increase of technology, when we saw that some years ago, we said that there's an alarm here. We have to protect the tenders. We don't want the tenders to be taken over by the big players that can enter the market and then leave aside the contract and get the windfall profits, as they are called. And I do repeat that it is not the companies that have a contract with OTEP that take these windfall profits, but some big speculators. So let me repeat that there is nothing better than long-term contracts for the RES in order to keep the consumption prices low for the consumers, be it the PEP or the consumers themselves. Also, in a technocratic way, I would say that we have a question. Why has so much time passed and we haven't bridged the gap in between the producers and the consumers. We have seen last year a period where in February 2020 the prices were very low. Before the function of the market, we had bilateral contracts which were at very good prices. So the market could close 2 years long contracts. If the market was at 30, 40 or 50 or even 55, then it would be good. But of course, we couldn't know how would the things evolve. But nevertheless, it is indeed a case. The small consumers cannot have the foreseeing instruments that the big players have that follow the stock markets, the valuations, etc. So the small consumers cannot benefit from these kinds of discounts or long-term contracts. But nevertheless, when we had 27 euros last year, we had a good opportunity for bilateral contracts. I don't understand why we lost this opportunity and now we're at 250. As regards photovoltaic systems, if we see the curve of consumption, every day we see that the yield is indeed very stable. At noon every day we see a fall 50 to 100 euros per kilowatt hour. This is a huge amount, especially during the summer months. We don't have any other option in some cases in the summer, especially during the peak hours. Only the RES gave us a solution. As regards storage now, the report by the project management team, where our association was a member, has expressed their concerns, and let me share one with you. Which will be the limit of power for storage units in order to participate in RES portfolios or not? This is of great importance. If a certain unit is beyond this limit, then this unit is going to be autonomous within the system and will offer its services. So its services are going to be taken by all those that participate within the system, both producers and consumers, and the reshaping is going to be benefiting all of them. However, if certain storage unit over the gauging metering is below the metering limit, then this will have the opportunity to be introduced within portfolios that will function as distributed units. We have to see how we can set the limit at such an optimum point so that we can project the best curves for all of them. We want the system to be benefited because we want the best performance, but also we want some to be inside some portfolios so that the first distributed RES portfolios be exposed within the market. But of course, those over 400 kilowatts will have some issues in the beginning in terms of how they will be able to be introduced within such portfolios, including such as a storage unit that will smoothen out the production turbulence. It's very important for the storage success to take this into consideration. Nowadays, we speak a lot about the various dimensions of the RES models. Now that storage is starting, we have to enter in this all together so that we can benefit from these consequences. So energy cost,